Welcome back to the LPR Trading Group YouTube channel. It's Dave again. Today we've got another video for you guys. Today the video is going to be on TPO charts. I know a few of you have requested this video. I'm going to give you a very high level overview on TPO charts, what all the areas mean, and how they work in the market. Friendly reminder, there is still a free 30-day trial, chat room trial in our Discord chat room. The trial will end at the end of October. So if you sign up before the end of October, you get 30 days from that date in the trial. I will leave the payroll IO link in the pinned comment section. Let's get on with this video. So TPO charts. These are going to look a little bit intimidating like most of order flow. All the TPO chart is showing us, if I zoom into a single day's profile, which is right here, this would be today's price action. On the left side, this is a time measure, okay? TPO stands for time, price, opportunity. So on the left side, we're measuring time. On the right side, we're measuring volume and delta. So the volume is going to be like your standard volume profile. It's going to be this gray area. The deltas are going to be the positive or negative deltas at each tick value. If it's largely red, that means there was a negative delta and larger sell pressure. If it's largely green, that's going to mean there's a lot of buying or a lot of aggressive buy pressure. All right, so let's stick with the TPO here, and we will actually zoom in on today's profile, and I will show you guys what it's all about. So as we zoom in here, you guys can see letters. This looks very, very confusing. It's not that confusing, okay? If we look at each letter represents a 30-minute period of time, okay? The first period of the day is going to be A period. You see these A periods right here? This dotted green line is going to indicate the market open, okay? From the market open, if you find A period low, which is right here, and then if you were to go up to A period high, which is right here, this would be the first 30 minutes of the market session. After that, B period would open up, okay? B period opens up, it trades back down to just below A period, and then C period opens. It's gonna make more sense for you guys if I zoom out, right click, and I split this profile into something like this, okay? So what this is gonna be, A period, B period, C period, D period, etc., etc. Each letter period is 30 minutes. A period's the first 30 minutes, 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to or 10 o'clock to 10:30. Sorry, this is 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11, 11 to 11:30, etc., etc. So the way I like to use TPOs is I like to use TPOs, number one, for big picture, okay? Big picture. Where is the market currently trading? Where are buyers and sellers possibly overextended the marketplace? And where could price revert back to? So in the case of today, if this is the profile for today, we know we opened up here, we traded up on B period, we traded down, and then we came back and closed within this range somewhere, okay? Now, the way this is gonna work is the market always wants to close itself as a very clean bell curve. This is the market's goal. Imagine this is a bell curve. Okay, so this is how the market wants to close itself on most days. You typically, on a normal day, will have the most time spent in the middle of the range. You'll have excess on a low and excess on a high, all right? That's how TPO likes to work and how it likes to close. If we scroll back on some previous days, we look at this day, very similar. We've got this very bell-shaped curve. This day right here is a P-shaped profile where a lot of the volume closed into the high of the day. The expectation for a day like this is price is going to drive up to clear up this P-shaped profile. Now, if we could use our imagination for a second and call this profile 1 and profile 2. If we combine these two profiles, what would we have? We would have this excess up at this high. We would have this guy right in here. We would have this excess at this low. So what would we make up? We would make up a very nice bell-shaped profile from these 2 days. This is how the market wants to run. This is how the market wants to ebb and flow. Very clean, and it wants to leave very little mistakes in the marketplace. Some very key levels that I have marked out on the TPO that I like to interact with. are going to be the day's high, which is represented by that green line. It's going to be point of controls, which are the yellow and orange lines. The orange line is point of control by time, where time or price spent the most time. And the yellow one is going to be point of control by volume, where we got the most volume. At what price did we achieve the most volume on that session? Those are going to be typically balanced trading areas. So what the market wants to do is it wants to move into an imbalance, rebalance itself, move back into an imbalance, find another rebalance, and this is how the market's going to ebb and flow. Some other interesting areas that we look at are going to be the day's low. This is the current on session. So on session high, on session low. I will be looking at these levels going into tomorrow's session. And then we have value areas. This dashed gray line is value area low on the volume side, value area high on the volume side, value area high on the time side, value area low on the time side. Okay, this makes up the majority of time spent in this range. This is 70% of the total time on the day was spent in this range. Same for the volume. The way I have this configured is between value area high and value area low. This was 70% of the volume on the day. So it's the area where we acquired or saw the most balance in the marketplace. Another very interesting thing that I have on my TPO chart is weekly volume point of control. This is going to show me the weekly session, the value area for the weekly session, and where the volume point of control is sitting on the weekly session. So as we can see, as we move down here into this area, we look at the weekly profile, we're not getting a lot of volume in this area, okay? There's not a lot of volume. We're actually forming excess. This tells me that the market might want to trade back into these point of controls, possibly these value areas, the naked point of controls, and maybe even the weekly volume point of control. So this is Wednesday night. We're at Wednesday night right now. Thursday morning, based on this, the market has shown excess at the low, which is a completed auction for me. It has tagged a naked volume point of control from previous time. It has tagged a naked value area low from a previous time or a previous day. The market has found excess at those areas. I would hope to see the market start driving to the upside. If we scroll back here, we can see this is where the naked volume or point of control came from, and this is where the naked value area low came from. We scroll back towards current time, and this is where the market decided to hold up price. Okay? This is how I use TPO. I will keep these levels in mind tomorrow, and if these levels are not in play yet tomorrow, like price has not got there, and I do find a setup, these will be major targets for my trade. If I find a good intraday position to get into for the market to drive to the upside. I hope this is a good start to your TPO learning. There's so much more to dive into, but I wanted to stay very high level to make sure that you guys are understanding the bare basics before we really dive into these videos. If you guys like this video and you're interested in more order flow content, TPO, footprints, DOM, etc., please leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the charts. Trade safe. Cheers.